Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Leanna if you're new, and welcome to another episode of Come Hang Out If You're Feeling Lonely, a series on my channel where I do arts and crafts, sometimes for the very first time, while talking about random topics as they come to mind. And it's unscripted and unplanned, and so it'll be like we're just casually hanging out. And I mainly started this as a way to just relax, do arts and crafts, and just like talk about whatever I want without like any pressure. So this is what this is. And today I'm gonna try diamond painting for the very first time. And if you don't know what that is, well, you're about to find out. So let's get started. All right, so this is our setup. It came with a bunch of diamonds, and of course I am starting off with packet A. And over here you can see that it says a bunch of A's. Same. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory what I'm about to do. This is gonna be really time consuming, but also I'm here for it, you know? Sometimes I forget to relax, and I think I need to be really deliberate about it. Like, I'll literally only sit back and relax when I have extra time after doing work, which, you know, makes sense. I'm sure that most people do that too, but I'm trying to actively make an effort to schedule some time to like have fun. I think I need to like schedule fun time, otherwise I just won't take it. They give you this little tool too to like straighten them out if they're not perfectly straight. And now I'm getting period cramps, oh, it hurts. So if you saw my last Come Hang Out If You're Feeling Lonely episode, you'll know that I started a new job recently, and I have just finished my second week, and honestly it's going pretty well. I think I'm doing okay. I don't fully know what we're doing just yet. We're still kind of going through the training phase of it all, but I like my coworkers, which is really, really important because coworkers make or break a job. And I personally have never had a supervisor that I liked, and this time it's different, so I'm really optimistic about this one. So that is a really, really relieving thing. And it is full-time, which means I've had to figure out how to balance this YouTube channel and all the other things that I usually do with my time, like work out, with this full-time job. And it's kind of been a challenge, especially in the first week. It was pretty challenging. I did not work out at all that first week just because I was so not used to having to wake up that early and immediately get into something. Like usually after I wake up, I like to just take my time, have some breakfast, and then eventually get to working out around like 10 a.m. That's the optimal time for me. But obviously I can't do that if I have to, you know, be on a meeting at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I've just been trying to manage that and just get used to it and build a routine so that I can get up earlier. And I actually bought this really cool thing. It's called a sunrise lamp. And basically it's just an alarm clock, but what it does is at the time you want to wake up, it lights up gradually like a fucking sunrise. And it also simultaneously plays music louder and louder too. So it's literally your very own sunrise. The reason I got that was because I realized I can wake up early, but I just won't want to get out of bed because it's just so dark and cold, and it just makes me want to fall back asleep. But, you know, if the lights are on, that makes it a little tiny bit easier. So I've been really enjoying my sunrise lamp, and it plays gentle piano music at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I feel like a Disney princess, and it's amazing. For some reason, I picked a 7 a.m. start time for work, so I decided that I want to get out of bed at 4:30 in the morning so that I have time to eat breakfast and work out each and every morning. But 4:30 is very, very early. So I've been gradually trying to wake up earlier and earlier, and eventually I will get to that 4:30 a.m. starting time. I'm good at waking up early, I just can't go to bed on time, which is a problem because you need to get those 8 hours of sleep. You know, Terry Crews wakes up at 4:30, and who doesn't want to be like Terry Crews? So they give you this little like thing, this glue sheet. You just like get some whenever it's not that sticky anymore, and that helps you pick up the diamonds, apparently. It's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying, or at the very least tolerating, my job. I do like my coworkers, but as I mentioned, it's been kind of hard to do YouTube at the same time. And if I was lazier or less of a workaholic, I would just pause YouTube. But no, I've committed to this. You know, this is my thing. So this is kind of like the first time in my life that I'm working 2 jobs. And it's very, very time consuming. But, you know, at least I don't have school to worry about, because in school they don't pay you to suffer. You pay them to suffer. So You know, this is definitely better than school. 2 Saturdays ago, I posted that time capsule video, and I actually only managed to upload that video like 2 minutes before my regular upload time, which is noon PST. It was literally 11:58, and I was like, oh god, I'm done uploading. Man, it was really stressful. I knew I was going to be starting this job like a month before I actually started, so I had plenty of time to prepare myself. But for some reason I was just kind of burnt out, and so I definitely didn't prepare as many videos as I wanted to. Originally the plan was to have the entirety of March planned so that I wouldn't even have to worry about it. But then I realized that that was crazy and that was some Vlogmas type level of work. So I was like, fuck, I don't really want to do this. Oh god, period cramps. And I am fully aware that I am like probably overworking myself, and this is such a toxic Virgo trait, but I hate it when people tell me to stop working or like work less, because I'm just like, first of all, don't tell me what to do. But I know everybody who tells me that just cares about me. It's just such a toxic Virgo trait to be mad about it. This is my thing. I'm okay. I'm okay. My YouTube channel has actually been growing a bit recently, which is really exciting to me. It actually started picking up a little more like once I started the job, but just the tiniest bit more, but still exciting. So the day that I'm filming this video is actually the previous Saturday from the day that you're watching this video, and my Asian representation video came out today, and it's only been up for about 2 hours, but it's doing pretty well so far. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't know that there were so many of you who cared about that kind of stuff, or like even wanted to hear me talk about that stuff, but it's cool. It's cool that you do. It kind of scares me a little because I'm just like, I don't really like know what other videos to make to like cater to that specific group of people who have subscribed for Asian representation content, or like Asian American talks. I don't know, I'm just kind of at a loss, but also it's exciting, and I'm glad that people enjoy hearing me talk about that stuff. And I like that video. It's a good video, and I actually like that video. I put a lot of work into that video, and I think I was eloquent enough. So I'm definitely glad that it's doing well. And I actually got a comment on that video with somebody requesting that I talk about movies more, and I think that's a great idea. I love watching movies and I love talking about them. It's just, well, first of all, I'm nervous because sometimes I just want to turn my brain off and watch a movie. Like sometimes I don't even have like opinions on things. I just want to turn my brain off and watch it. Like sometimes I might not even have that much to say about a movie just because my brain was off the whole time. So there's that. And then also, I don't want it to be boring if there are no like clips or screen caps from the movie. And the reason that I say that is because I want to avoid using clips and screen cap just because of like copyright and stuff. Like I don't want to get in trouble, and I also don't want to get demonetized. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize my channel, just because I put so much into it, and you know, it's important to me that I like follow the rules and stuff. YouTube's kind of arbitrary with that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, there's fair use, which allows people to include copyrighted material in their videos for purposes of criticism or like education or whatever. But like, I just don't want to risk it. Like YouTube's kind of arbitrary with that stuff. Like I said, it's nobody fully understands like what YouTube's gonna do, but I think I'd rather just be safe, which is one of the biggest reasons why I haven't posted more movie review videos. But I do like that idea. I will, you know, see what I can do. I feel like it's been a long while since I've gotten to just relax and do nothing. I mean, I think last night was the closest that I came to that in a long while. Yesterday was Friday and I had work until 3:30, and then I worked on somebody's nail order until around 6, and I was like, oh cool, that nail order didn't take me all night, so you know, now I have the rest of the evening to do stuff, or do nothing rather. And I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll read a book or maybe I'll like sit back and watch some Hulu, or maybe I'll like play some games or like do some online shopping just for fun. But then my dad came in and he was like, Lana, let me look at your taxes. And I was like, oh yeah, we gotta do that. I had filled in my tax forms, but I hadn't submitted it because my dad didn't let me submit it because he doesn't trust me to do them right. And lo and behold, I didn't do them right the first time around, so it was good that he checked. But he was literally at my computer for 3 hours, and it was really confusing and really stressful. It just reminded me of all the late nights that I spent in the kitchen with my dad while he was yelling at me about my math homework, which was all wrong. This was in elementary school, by the way, when I was really bad at math and everything. If you have an Asian dad, you know. You know. If you didn't know, my first language was actually Chinese. When I got to kindergarten, I barely even knew how to speak English. And it was a good thing that my teacher was Chinese, so she would help me. And I remember taking one of those tests, and apparently I was really bad at English when I was around 6 years old. So then my dad, seeing this, was just like, okay, we're gonna start reading each and every fucking night. And so for months and months and months, every single night after he got home from work, I would read out loud. And I distinctly remember that I really struggled with the words night and light, like those words with the GHT, because what the fuck, like, it doesn't look like how it sounds. And so I never would know how to say those words, and then my dad had to keep telling me how to say them, to the point where he would like get kind of irritated at me. So it was very traumatizing. But, you know, because of that, I was redesignated fluent in English soon after. So, you know what? I'm grateful for those long nights of laborious reading, because they really fucking paid off, but man, they were painful in the moment. And all those nights of struggling with math homework at the kitchen table, crying. Well, now I have an engineering degree, so yay. How did I get to talking about this again? Oh yeah, I was talking about doing taxes with my dad and then getting reminded of those PTSD math homework nights. How fun. So I bought an obscene amount of snacks from Amazon Fresh, and one of those things was coffee ice cream. I'm obsessed with coffee ice cream. Like, it might just be my new favorite flavor. Like, I really liked mint chocolate chip before then, and I also went through a period of time where I really liked chocolate. But like right now I'm kind of obsessed with coffee ice cream. And like I don't even drink coffee either. I only drink decaf, and I drink it because it tastes good. But man, coffee ice cream is like the bomb. It's so good. I could just sit there and eat the whole thing. This is honestly pretty therapeutic. I'm enjoying it. I feel relaxed. So lately I've kind of been struggling with a choice in my life, and I can't really go too deep into detail because that would be uncomfortable. But this is one of those things where either choice will be the right choice. Like, neither choice is wrong, but they're two very different choices. And one of them is a logical choice, and it appeals to my very logical side. Facts, evidence, you know. And the other side is a very emotional one. And I forgot exactly what I got on the 16 personalities test, but I remember that I was the logistician, which means that I should go for the logical choice. However, I'm just like, should I ignore my emotional side? Naturally, humans are very emotional, and making choices based on emotion isn't necessarily wrong in every single situation. And I'm realizing that I probably make zero sense right now to anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. But essentially, I'm stressed, and I need something to take my mind off of it. Or maybe not. Maybe I should be actively thinking about it, because the deadline for this choice is coming up soon. And I need to make sure that I make a choice, you know? But it's hard to choose. I've literally never been this confused in my entire life. Like, usually there's a clear answer. But this time there isn't. And I guess this is what being an adult is. It's very messy, it's very complicated, and it fucking sucks. But either way, I will be okay. I've been told lately that on the outside, I'm very good at maintaining a good image, as in I always look put together on the outside, or at least that's what I've been told. Not really sure if I always come off that way. But of course, if you go inside my mind, it's just chaos and overthinking and a bunch of random crap. I saw a TikTok recently that was like, if astrology isn't real, then why do all Virgos have health anxiety? And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I do have health anxiety, but I had to look it up just to make sure. And the definition is that basically you're worried that every little thing that's wrong with you, like a cough, means that you have some serious underlying disease. So like, I'm like constantly worried that I have this like serious underlying disease just because like my chest hurts or something. And you know, I might. Who knows? But yeah, I realized that I have health anxiety. And apparently that's not a normal thing that everybody has. Now this is a little personal, but I don't really mind sharing this. A couple years ago, I actually went to the doctor, and it was because my period was super weird, and they didn't even find anything. And they checked for like a hormonal imbalance too, and they didn't even find anything. But I seriously thought that like something was like really seriously wrong. But you know, I'm fine. I just have like weird periods. I don't even know what it is. It might not even be anything. Maybe we should normalize having irregular periods. Alright, so I just had lunch, and as you can see, I've made significant progress. And I realized that it may be overly ambitious of me to think that I can do this all in one sitting, or in one day rather. I'm still on the first color, and it has been several hours. I was actually just thinking about how nice it was to have something time-consuming to do that will prevent me from looking on social media for a couple hours, because you don't even really realize how many times you like check your phone just to see if there are any notifications, or like unconsciously open Instagram. I know I do it a lot. And so just sitting down and doing something artistic like this is, well, it feels good. It feels good is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people in my life are getting the COVID-19 vaccine, which is good, super good. Really feels like there's light at the end of the tunnel now, and especially seeing the daily new cases go down each and every day is encouraging. I'm optimistic, you know. It's not my turn to get the vaccine just yet, but it is probably going to be in a matter of months. So I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited for things to go back to normal and for life to resume. We've been in this so long, I honestly kind of don't even remember what it was like before. So definitely it'll be nice to be a person again and go out and have a social life. And no more online meetings, please. I really miss interacting with people in person. Okay, so they gave me way more of these little rhinestones than I actually needed, which I'm really grateful for, because I lost a good amount of them. And they probably knew that that was gonna happen. Okay, holy shit, I just finished all the A's. Now to move on to B's. Oh man, it only took so long. Is it stupid of me to try to finish this entire thing tonight? I literally am so impatient. I need to work on my patience. See, this is what that's good for. If you find that you tend to be a little impatient, you might want to sit down with a diamond painting, because it really forces you to be patient and just like slow down. You know, sometimes I feel like I move too fast. Like I'll be like bumping into things, or like dropping things, or like tripping over things. And sometimes you just need to like breathe and just slow down and take your time doing things, because why should you rush, you know? I ate an obscene amount of coffee ice cream. That was really good. I think I'm getting period cravings. I think that's what it is. So one thing that I talked about in the first episode of Come Hang Out If You're Feeling Lonely is my shopping addiction. And you know, now that I have a job, it's like a little better, you know? Like if I have a shopping addiction, it won't completely bankrupt me. But even still, I am resolved to not spend all my income on shopping. Today I actually bought some clothes. I have been buying some business casual attire lately. Right now I am working remotely, but eventually we're going to transition back to in-person, and the dress code is business casual. And honestly, learning that excited me. I've never had a job where the dress code was anything more than casual, so this is the first time that I get to be that I get to live out my corporate fashion dreams. I'm excited. But yeah, I don't even fully understand what business casual is supposed to be. I'm definitely gonna be wearing blazers. I have a lot of suits for somebody who's never needed one for anything. So, you know, I'm rather excited to finally be wearing my suits. But I'm aware that suits are a little more than business casual, but I guess it's about what else you wear it with. It's hard to label one item of clothing as business casual. Business casual is really just about the overall, you know? Like if you have a white button-down satin blouse, like that's pretty fancy, depending on what you wear on the bottom. Like if you wear some tight leather leggings, then that's probably like a casual going out outfit. But if you wear like dress pants, then obviously it's gonna be business or even business casual. So it's really about the whole ensemble. But yeah, business casual has always confused me. I'd rather overdress than underdress. And like, I'm trying to decide if jeans are business casual or not. But you know, once again, it's the whole like what else you wear it with thing. Yeah, so I've been doing some research about what is business casual and what isn't. And apparently, you're not supposed to wear open-toed shoes. I mean, if you couldn't already tell, I'm most excited about getting to dress up and live out my corporate fashion dreams than actually working. But you know, gotta find something to be excited about. I appreciate that this method of art is relatively mess-free, you know, assuming that you don't spill the gems everywhere. I actually learned that diamond painting was a thing from TikTok. If I'm being honest, TikTok is very amusing. I am very much into it. But it is very toxic, so it is definitely better to just not be on it. It's been several hours, and I'm not even halfway done. Definitely really naive of me to think I could do this in one sitting. But who says I have to, you know? This is definitely gonna take an emotional toll on one sitting Leanna. The version of me that likes to do everything in one sitting. I missed some C's and B's up here, and I'm already on E, and that is upsetting. Alright, it is nearly bedtime, and I am only 30% through. It was very, very, very naive of me to think that I could finish this entire thing in one day, but I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. We made good progress though. Alright, so it is day 2 and I have made significant progress. I've been working at this for a couple hours already. Today is Sunday and there is a certain relief that comes with waking up and knowing that it's still the weekend. My sister and I have been rewatching Malcolm in the Middle. My sister and I both tend to really like rewatching movies and shows that we've already seen and that we know we like. I personally have seen Friends from beginning to end like 4 times. It's just comforting, you know? Anybody else? But yeah, as I was saying, Malcolm in the Middle, sometimes I feel a little bit of 2000s nostalgia. And I feel like it's not always about pop culture, but instead it's about the fact that in the 2000s I was a child and life was much less complicated than it is now. When I was a child, all I wanted to do was grow up. And I mean, now I don't necessarily want to be a child again, just because I like having some degree of independence and I also like having money. But as a child, you know, you just have money given to you and you don't have to earn it. I guess I like dressing myself. Oh, and I also like eating whatever I want. Yeah, I definitely would not want to be a child again. I mean, I appreciate that I had a childhood, you know? I appreciate my childhood, but you know, I wouldn't want to be a child again. I think that would suck. If you were a child again, would you want to go back in time with your current memories, but just be in like a 7-year-old body? Or would you just like want to be 7 and like forget that adulthood even happened? Because if I had my current brain and I woke up tomorrow and I was a 7-year-old, I'd probably be able to do a lot just to like fuck with people. But then also nobody would like listen to you and like take you seriously because you're like a literal child. So I don't know. I'd be really upset if I woke up and I was a child. I'd be like, where'd my boobs go? I like being an adult. I like being a woman, you know? Sometimes there are difficulties about adulthood, but you know, it doesn't mean that I want to be a child again. There are so many adults out there who are like, oh, what I would give to be a child again. I'm just like, really? I saw something lately where it was like, being an adult is just going back to liking all the things that you liked when you were 13, except without being ashamed about it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's very liberating. Why was I so ashamed? Like, I was so ashamed of what I liked when I was a teenager. I guess I just wanted to fit in and I didn't want anybody to think I was weird. But now I'm just like, fuck it, you know? Being an adult comes with so much more feeling free to like whatever the fuck you want to like. The idea of like being a teenager or like being a teenager again is just gross. If I woke up tomorrow and I had to go to high school, I'd be like, oh my god, I would actually like be so upset. School sucked, man. I still don't understand why in Twilight the vampires went to high school. I mean, Edward did explain it. He said the younger they start out, the longer they can stay in one place. But I'm just like, Why can't you just pretend to be homeschooled? Why would you, like, go to high school multiple times? That doesn't sound very fun, does it? I think it's really amusing how much Robert Pattinson hates Twilight. Alright, the final stretch. The last color. I'm so tired. I'm finally done. You have no idea how good this feels. Okay, so apparently once you're finished, you're supposed to press it down. And then if you have a picture frame, you can cut this out and put it in a picture frame. My arms are literally sore from doing this all day. My back is sore. What a workout. Was this worth spending 15 hours on this weekend? Probably not. I wish I took my time, but you know, I had to finish it for the sake of the video. But it was fun in a twisted, masochistic way. I'm glad I tried it. So this is the finished product. How pretty! Oh, sparkly! I feel delirious and I can't wait to just relax for the rest of the evening, even though there's not much left of the evening. But yeah, this is the finished diamond painting, and that is it for today's episode of Come Hang Out If You're Feeling Lonely. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Sunshine, never mind, oh, bring me all of your gray skies. The moonlight never seems so bright until it's the only source of all of your light.